Good morning, everybody. I hope you're going very, very well today. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about Selfitis, which you may or may not have heard is now recognised by the American Psychological Association as a legitimate mental health condition. Okay, gotcha. It hasn't. That was a hoax that was actually done a few years ago in 2014. But the interesting thing is that it caused such a commotion that researchers decided that they would look into it. So what happened was this ended up resulting in two universities in India, and they developed what's called the SBS, or the Selfitis Behaviour Rating Scale. So they've defined Selfitis as the experience where we feel compelled to take photos or selfies of ourselves and post them on social media a certain number of times a day. So the SBS was developed by a guy called Dr. Mark Griffiths from Trent University, and he's the professor there for the Behavioural Addiction Unit. Hey Karen and Taylor, how you going? So the scale that they've developed has 20 items, and it was trialled on 200 clients or participants, and it's been validated and it's been published in a journal in addiction. And anyway, basically what you do is you rate your level of use along these 20 items, and it gives you an outcome of perhaps being, borderline, acute, or chronic. So borderline is where you feel like you take a photo of yourself up to 3 times a day, but you don't post it on social media. Acute is when you, hi Bisma, how are you going? Good morning, Shani. Acute is when you take up to 3 photos of yourself a day and you do post it on social media. And chronic is when you take more than 3 photos of yourself a day and post them on social media. So they're saying that the thinking behind all of this posting is because people have low self-esteem, that they're isolated, and they don't have good senses of self-worth, and that the reason that people are posting so much is to mitigate that. So they're saying, well, it improves my mood because, I get a lot of likes, or I get a lot of hearts or thumbs up or things like that. Or I feel more connected because even though people I don't know are commenting and liking, that's making me feel good about myself. So there's this whole lot of external validation stuff going on there as well. But if you're interested, I'll post the 20 items in the link and you can have a look and maybe rate yourself and see how you're going. I know I post more than 3 times on social media, but it's not always a photo of this face. Okay, so the thinking behind Selfitis 2 is that now, because there's starting to gather some clinical evidence for validation of the condition, they're thinking that now it might actually be admitted into one of the books. So it's been what psychologists and psychiatrists use to diagnose mental health conditions. That's called the DSM. At the moment, we've got the 5th edition, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders 5. But people are suggesting that this condition could go into the upcoming edition of the DSM. So it's something to watch out for if you're a psych learner. It could be on your radar. A couple of other conditions that are being explored and investigated at the moment. You've all heard now of nomophobia. I think my colleague Kim Dunn mentioned that recently. So nomophobia is the fear of being without your mobile phone. I know I suffer from that at times. There's also another condition that's being researched at the moment called technoference, and that's referring to the intrusion of technology on your everyday life. So if you're somebody who feels compelled to, check a Facebook 10 times a day, that's probably going to qualify you for, wanting to look a little bit more into that condition too. And the last one is called, it's called cyberchondria. So cyberchondria is a term that's used to refer to becoming ill as a result of Googling symptoms associated with an illness. So yeah, lots of things happening at the moment in terms of technology and mental health and anxiety. So You know, I have promised to deliver 2 videos a week on anxiety for this whole year, but I couldn't resist this Selfitis one. It does relate to anxiety, obviously. You know, there are people who are very afraid of being alone, are very afraid of not feeling connected, people who are afraid of the isolation, and this is one way or one tool that they're using. Good morning, Adi. This is one tool that they're using to be able to mitigate that loneliness. So it's very interesting. I'll be looking forward to seeing where the research is going. Maybe if you're an honours student, a master's student, or you're, you know, looking for a topic for your PhD, this could be it. It seems to be the way of the future anyway. I'll let you all go. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you a bit later. As I said, I'll post the 20 items in the comments section for you so you can have a look, and I'd really love to hear your thoughts. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.